All right, so a quick little lesson on time signatures. This is, again, should be review. This is the last sort of review style, easy stuff for this unit. So time signatures, as I'm sure you know, time signature is a notational device which is used to show how many beats are in each measure and what type of note value gets one beat. It tells you how to count through this particular piece of music. The upper number indicates how many beats are in the measure, so up to how many numbers you are counting, whether it's 2 or 3 or 4 or 10 or 17, whatever the ridiculous time signature might say. That's how many beats are in each measure, regardless of the style or the type. That's what kind of how many numbers you are counting to in each beat, in each measure, sorry. And of course, the lower number, as I'm sure most of you know, indicates the note value, which represents one beat. So if the bottom number is 2, it means that there are that many half notes in the bar. If the bottom number is 4, it means there are that many quarter notes. If it's 8, it means that many eighth notes. So the bottom number, of course, can only be 2 or 4 or 8. It could be 16 if it means there are that many 16th notes in the bar. It could also be 1 if it means that there are that many whole notes in the bar. I know that the vast majority of the time we are reading in 4/4 or 3/4, sometimes 6/8. Those are the really the common ones. 2/4 is also very common, but it does happen sometimes where you might need more than one whole note in a particular bar for some pieces of music, right? So the activity here below, basically fill in the blanks. 2/4, for example, means that there are how many of what kind of beats in a measure, right? So in the first one, if we do it together, I'll just zoom in here a little bit. 2/4 means that there are, of course, 2 quarter beats in a measure. Essentially, I'm reading the time signature and I'm saying what it's telling me, all right? So 4/4 means that there are how many of what kind of beat in a measure. 3/4 means there are this many of this kind of beats in a measure. And you can carry on down the line, okay? So you can do that on your own. And at the bottom, the activity simply says complete the rhythms with the correct time signature. So study the music that's there. Look at what kind of note values and how many quarter notes and eighth notes and 16th notes are in each measure. And try and decide what do you think is the most appropriate time signature for each of these lines of rhythms. You can assume, and if you do the math, I'm sure you'll find that every bar here in any given line has the exact same number of quarter notes or eighth notes or half notes, whatever you're looking for. All right, so fill in the appropriate time signature for each of these lines. Do this worksheet and we'll take it up in class. See you in the next lesson.